ain't no secret. Should do Eddie Kane Jr. Like, share, subscribe. If you subscribe to me, leave a comment down the video so I can sub back to you. Deuce. Ain't no secret. Should do Eddie Kane Jr. Welcome back. You know where you at. It's EKJOnSports. We got to break down and give props to the Detroit Lions, winners of a great opening game to kick off the 2023-2024 NFL season. And the game, it kind of had its ebbs and flows, and that's what it's about. It's about momentum swinging back and forth. So Detroit kicks off. They kick off the scoring. But first and foremost, got to give props to Dan Campbell, man. That gentleman has definitely, he has a vested interest being a former Lion himself. And also he's bringing that love and passion to his coaching. You know what I'm saying? The players want to run through a brick wall for him. You know what I'm saying? He's the coach that comes in the locker room. You know, sometimes the players, they might try to leave out the locker room. They might try to go to the weight room. They want to engage with this head coach, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, though, he knows what it's like to be a player. He knows that you got those bumps and bruises. Sometimes you need those a day off every now and again. So it's great the way he relates to the players. And I'm going to tell you what, shout out to Jared Goff. Stat line yesterday wasn't amazing, but efficient game that he played. 22 completions out of 35 attempts for 253 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. That's a stat line I would take any given week from Jared Goff. And I'm going to tell you what, Jared Goff, he's playing for a contract. He's playing this basically. The Lions did it last year. They said, okay, Goff, the last 10 games of the season, you had a great time. We're going to see if you could do it for a full season before we give you this money. So Goff is basically playing for an extension. And based on the game last night against the Kansas City Chiefs, when they went in there and upset the Chiefs in Arrowhead on Super Bowl banner presentation night, the opening game of the season. And I'm gonna tell you what, Patrick Mahomes' first loss on an opening game in his NFL career, that was a big win. So, but Jared Goff went up there and actually outplayed Mahomes. I will say this, and there's always acknowledgement that Travis Kelce was not there. And Travis Kelce is the greatest tight end in the league at present time. I will not undervalue his presence if he'd been there. But, and always a but, you can only play the players that are on the field. And speaking of players on the field, I have to give props to Brad Holmes, the Lions GM. That young man has he's put his imprint on this team. Out of the 23 players that he has drafted, 20 have made the roster. 20 are on the roster as we speak. And that goes to show you that it's not just the first round picks. You got to hit on your later round picks. That's where you build the depth and the strength and identity of your team is through the draft. And also, you can add pieces to your locker room. CJ Gardner-Johnson, that's a great locker room fit. That's a great locker room pick. He had a great game last night. Had some key pass breakups. Had 5 tackles. Definitely played a good game. And also Sam Laporta. I'll be the first to tell you. At first blush, I did not care for Brad Holmes' draft this year. I'll be the first to tell you. But that's why I'm here doing a video, and Brad Holmes is making that money as a Lions GM, because Jack Campbell, he made a key pass breakup right before another draft pick, Brian Branch. Right before Brian Branch did a pick 6, Jack Campbell had a key pass breakup. Sam Laporta had 5 catches for 39 yards. It is just, Amon-Ra St. Brown, definitely, he might go down as one of the best late round picks with production you know what I'm saying, that the Lions have made, you know what I'm saying, ever. So definitely it's good to see. And the Lions, they have a good foundation because you still got Aiden Hutchinson. And he played a whale of a game last night. He might not have produced any sacks, but he had pressure on Mahomes all night. When you make Mahomes scramble, Mahomes doesn't usually want to scramble. Mahomes, he moves around normally, but he still has his eyes downfield to get the ball downfield. When you make Mahomes the leading rusher for the opposition, you've done your job. And Hutchinson put pressure all day. Pascal, he had an impactful game, made a key tackle for loss late in that game in the second half. So the Lions, we'll see how they build on this. They got a game in 10 days against the Seahawks. It'll be at Ford Field. That atmosphere will be electric. I'm gonna tell you what, because one thing that Michigan does is supports its sports teams through thick and thin. But when things are going good, baby, you could be the king of the city, you know what I'm saying? Just ask the Pistons. Just ask the Red Wings. Just ask the Tigers. Lions, I think you get to join that group this season. Hey, that's just how I see it. If you're not a Renegade, hit that sub button. Welcome to the Renegade. Dude.